High school football is back. I'm Bruce Over along with Paul Bodwin. We want to welcome everyone to McQuinn Athletic Complex, where tonight the Benilde St. Margaret Red Knights take on the Orono Spartans in the first game of the 2020 football season. And Paul, we couldn't ask for a better night for football.
It does not get any better than this, and these kids have been waiting for this for I don't know how long, because some of them probably played winter, spring sports. Those got cut short, got cut out, and here they are. It's mid-October. They're finally back on a field, and I bet they are chomping at the bit, ready to go.
And a beautiful day temperature-wise. The temperature right now at game time right around 70 degrees, so you can't ask for a nicer day. And this could actually, play into players in their first game. Are they going to have cramps? Are they going to, also, what's interesting is these players have not, they had a lot of, normally they have a long season to prepare for the game, but they took a long break because they didn't think the season was going to happen. Then they came back and had 2 weeks of training camp, quick training camp, and it's going to be interesting to see how these teams play to start the game. So
absolutely, you're right. It is a beautiful night, and we're going to have to see how their bodies hold up. We're going to have to be concerned about cramps and things like that, and hopefully they'll get out there and play well and have some fun and stay healthy.
Well, the Red Knights will kick off to start the game. William Fratellone, the kicker for the Red Knights. Back will be Noah Arneson and Graham Beltran. As we get ready to start the football game, a high kick is going to bounce at the 20-yard line. That's fielded by number 11, Arneson. Arneson spins off one tackle and gets up to the 20-yard line. And the starting lineup, as we see for the Orono Spartans, the quarterback will be Teddy Dieters. The running backs, Wilford and Mueller. Tight end, Wojciechowski. The wide receivers are Noah Arneson, Graham Beltran. And the starting offensive line from left tackle to right tackle is Shea Albrecht, Charles Brophy, Jacob Goman, who's the center, Swenson, and Harstead.
We'll see how tonight goes. Here we go, first play from scrimmage.
Dieters hands off. Nice hole up the left side of the line. Ball carrier that time was Aiden Mueller.
The ball carrier for the Spartans.
Yep, nice 5-6 yard gain there to open up the game, it looks like, maybe more.
Yeah, Dieter's a great athlete. He's going to be playing baseball in college for Xavier. He's a dual threat quarterback, so we'll get to see him running the ball as well as passing the football here as we see the Red Knights starting lineup. And another handoff, first down for the Spartans.
Mueller, the ball carrier.
So Aiden Mueller with 2 nice runs to start the game.
Absolutely.
For the Spartans.
Taking some guys with him, powering up. They're just playing that steady game, and if they can continue to do this is the kind of thing that really wears down a defense. So we'll see if the Red Knights can pull up some stop and slow this run down.
Get a good look at Dieter, the quarterback. Good size. Rolling. He's going to take it himself down the far sideline across the 40 down to the 43-yard line. Nice run by Dieters.
He's got a quick first step there coming right around the corner.
Yeah, and I think this is a play that they can do quite a bit, Paul, is that they can roll out and he can either elect to pass or run with his speed. So it brings up a second down, 5 yards to go. They're going to run trips to the near sideline.
Mueller, the ball carrier.
He gets inside the 40 or outside the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, there's a nice move by Wilford there on the inside to squeak back in there right away and make some trouble there. And a little bit of gain, but it's bringing up third down.
Head coach for the Red Knights, John Hanks. Joe McPherson, the head coach for the Spartans. Third down 3, back to pass. Dieters looks to the near side. Now he lets it go. He's got a player open, but diving for the ball and unable to catch it is Noah Arneson.
They get fourth down.
Yep, Noah Arneson, great football player with skills on both sides of the ball, and he was there. He's beat his man, but the throw was just a little off target, and he couldn't quite get to it.
And again, it's all about timing, and I think as we get early on in the season, those are the kind of plays that quarterback will make as the season progresses.
Absolutely. I mean, they've had hardly any time to prep, and I expect we'll see that play again.
Fredine and Zachman back to receive the punt. Coleman with a nice high punt. Fair catch called. Take it over there.
So after a couple of really solid running plays by the Spartans, the Red Knights pull up a stop and force them to punt, and here we go. Let's see what the Red Knights can do.
Yeah, Leisha was the player who took that fair catch. He comes to the sideline. Now he's going to come back out as a quarterback for the Red Knights. It's Leisha at quarterback, George Wolf and William Petty, the running backs. Wide receiver, Charlie Hansen, Johnny Woodford, tight end, Antonio Fondren. We'll have the offensive line for you here in just a minute.
Petty, the ball carrier.
Petty with the ball, and Petty gets about a yard.
Yeah, just not much to go with there. The Spartans did a good job of plugging up holes and kind of dominating the line on that play, making it difficult for Petty to get anywhere.
Starting offensive line is Daniel Porish, he's a junior. Ethan Turrison, a senior, is the left guard. The center, Jeffrey Raymond, a junior. Right guard, Nick Marinero, senior, and also right tackle, Jonah Gordon. He's a senior as well. Leisha, he rolls to the left, looks downfield, throws, and the pass is complete, breaking a tackle down on the far sideline. That was number 19, Johnny Woodford.
Really nice play, rolls right out, finds his man, and just fires a dart right to him. Great concentration, knowing you've got somebody coming right on you who's going to hit you and catches the ball.
Yeah, and Woodford did a nice job spinning away from Ryan Rudd, who was defending on the play. So 11-yard gain, first down for the Red Knights. This is some of the key players on the Red Knights have been around for a while. They're seniors now, so you expect to see their running game and their passing game do well in this game. There's a starting defense for the Orono Spartans. Sam Swenson, Shea Albrecht, Charlie Brophy, Andrew Mendel. The linebackers, Kilzer, Wilford, Walker. Defensive backs, Arneson, Beltran, Rudd, and Gustafson.
Not related to Dwayne Rudd, is he?
Yeah, not sure. Petty in the backfield. Leisha, he had some pressure, throws it, and it's incomplete. George Wolf, the closest receiver on the play.
It looked like a little play action there. The rush came in fast, though, and he made a dangerous throw there, throwing right into a lot of traffic. Thankfully, the ball hit the ground incomplete. No harm, no foul, not a lot of damage done, but it looks like the Spartans are really owning the line in the pass rush and against the run as well so far.
This brings up a 3rd down 10 now for the Red Knights. Definitely a passing situation.
Yeah, you really like to get even like 5 yards on those second downs because it just changes, it opens up your playbook so much.
Back to pass Leisha. He rolls to the near side. Leisha's going to tuck it in. He runs up to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and Bruce, that's about all he could do there was keep it. The protection in the safety area was tight. All the receivers were covered. There was nowhere for him to throw. He made the right decision there and did the best he could. Just came up a little short of the first down.
Yeah, and really just a little short. He was only less than a yard shy, and the Red Knights are going to punt the football. Although Leisha is up man, so he could take the snap too. Oh, heavy pressure, and what a good job by Fratellone to get that punt off. Fair caught at the 30-yard line.
Yeah,
but
a
that
little
was
bit.
almost blocked.
Yeah, a little bit of a high snap, and that slows you down. And I didn't see what number that was, but he looks to be pretty tall, who got in there, and almost blocked that punt.
So the Spartans will now have their second possession. They'll start from their own 30-yard line.
But I don't mind punting there. You know, the 40-yard line, you're kind of midfield, but you're in a much better situation here with the Spartans on their own 30.
So Dieter's the quarterback with Mueller in the backfield.
Mueller
And they give us to Mueller off left tackle down to about the 33-yard line, gain of 3 on the play. And the tackle, Antonio Fondren for the Red Knights. They call it a gain of 2, so it'll be second down and 8.
Second down 8 from 32-yard line.
They're going to run trips to the near side here. They also send out number 81, Connor Chappell, to the far side. They're going to run a screen pass, incomplete. Well, there's a situation where the blocker and the running back were running in tandem there.
Absolutely, and the blocker knew it. He went down on his knees. I think that was Albrecht. He knew what he did, and I suspect he won't make that mistake.
Right,
again.
it looked like it could have been a good play if had the blocker gotten in front of and he caused Mueller to drop that football, and you can see disappointment.
Yep, and absolutely check that. It wasn't Albrecht, that was Swenson. But and those are the things that are hard when you don't get a full, practice time months in advance.
Right, as coaches, though, you're looking at that play. That play would have worked.
Yep.
It seemed to work well. Back to pass Dieters. He's got time to run. He's got a lot of room on the outside. Dieters uses his speed across the 40 out to the 44-yard line. That's going to be a first down for the Spartans.
That's a big play. He's got good vision, Bruce. He sees that there, and he just takes it and goes for it for a big gain.
Orono picks up the first down.
Yeah, again, you can see wide open that far side of the field. And
it's a nice open field tackle there, too. I mean, those are tough to make, and he squared up, got low, and made a nice tackle to keep that from being an even bigger gain than it was. I missed who made the tackle, though.
May have been Seaver, trying to, couldn't see the number from up here.
Flags on the play.
Encroachment on the defense going to be called here.
First penalty of the 2020 season.
Got that
against the Red Knights.
Got the Aaron Rodgers cadence going there.
Hard count.
First and 5 for the Spartans from the 48-yard line.
Well, it really seems like the Red Knight defense has tightened up a little bit after those first couple of possessions that the Spartans had.
Spartans again with trips to the near side. And off Mueller. Cuts back to the far side. Mueller has some room. And Mueller with a nice run as he gets down to the 35-yard line.
Very nice run and excellent blocking as well. He had huge holes. He also made a really nice move to shift over to the right and make it for a big gain.
It was a great cutback, too.
Yeah.
Watch this cut to the right now.
Right there.
No huddle offense. And they give to Mueller again.
And the Red Knights are all over that one.
George Wolf comes up from the bottom of the pile. 5:08 to go here in the first quarter. No score. First game of the 2020 season. Paul, it's going to get cold by the time this season ends. And the pitch. Mueller, he cuts back, stays on his feet, and gets inside the 30.
Yeah, Mueller with a nice move there. With that cutback, he was able to do it quickly and just kind of fooled him and kept his balance.
Yeah, watch how he shows his patience here.
Yep.
And he just cuts back.
Yeah, third down and 5 from the 28-yard line.
And again, it's early in the season, so the Red Knights tackling just not as sharp as it may normally be.
but they've got an opportunity here to stop them on third down. And this would be a big third down stop.
Paul, where they're at right now, field position-wise, I think it's 4-down territory at the 35. Peters had pressure, throws this one, and it's intercepted.
It's Ryan Seaver, I believe, on the interception.
Right, Seaver from the linebacker position makes the interception.
And that interception is made partly because of the pass rush. Dieters was forced to throw when he didn't want to.
Well, it was that you could see Seaver cutting inside, coming from the linebacker position, doing a great job as he went back to fill that ball and did a good job running after the catch too. So big play for the Red Knights. They'll have the ball on the 40-yard line of the Spartans, and that's something that can really give you the momentum.
Absolutely. Especially after the Spartans have been doing a nice job just pounding the ball down the field, and now here we are, we flipped.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that pass. That was supposed to be a screen pass, but it looked like Mueller got too far downfield. Now Leishaw back to pass, throws to the near side. That's complete. Couple-yard gain as it's caught by George Wolf.
That was a nice little rollout to Wolf and well executed all around.
Yeah, good tight throw and good coverage defensively,
Yeah.
only allowing a couple yards on the play.
Very good concentration on Wolf. I mean, those are hard catches to make. You got to get your hands up there and you know you're getting hit, and he held onto the ball for a nice gain.
So Leishaw now under center, or taking the snap, gives it to Petty. Petty tries to get outside, and a great defensive play.
Yep, nowhere to go there.
That was wrapped up nicely by number 22, Gavin Gustafson. Gavin was not a starter in the game, but came in, made a nice play. Also big 89, the Andrew Mandel.
We're down at 11 from the 41-yard.
Yeah, the Red Knights are struggling to control the line, and I wonder if we're going to see some more of those rollout passes to just try to open things up a little bit.
Third down, 11. Leishaw, he'll roll left. Back to pass, has some pressure, and Leishaw does a good job to escape a couple of the defenders, but now he goes down at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, there's not a lot for him to do there, and you can see here that he's looking to throw, and he makes the right decision not to. It would have been a tough throw to make. His body wasn't in the right position, and then he just gains control and makes, you know, a little bit of lemons out of lemonade.
So now it becomes a little bit of a field position type of game, and the Red Knights will punt the football and try and pin the Spartans deep in their own territory.
Bruce, did I say lemons out of lemonade? I think I did. It's early for us, too.
It is. Fratalone's punt. High is going to bounce around inside the 20-yard line. It goes out of bounds.
Orono takes over 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
You can see the fans spaced out, spread out a little bit here. Most of them were masked up coming into the game, and again, you know, this, you know, the numbers, I believe 250 people are allowed in the stadium tonight. We understand that we have quite a few people watching. We want to thank you for joining us and letting us bring the game to you. I know this year, especially even basketball season, when there's Paul, what's that number again? Oh, 224 people streamed in right now. So.
Well, now I'm nervous, Bruce.
Yeah.
You don't tell me those things.
I think in my 42 years, that's the total. So.
Well, that's just the era that we're in. It looks, I would call this a COVID capacity crowd here in the stadium, and many more watching online. Crowd was starting to get into it, and then you hit 4th and 13, and the life left a little bit.
Right. You know what's funny is that there's as many fans here as there are at the Vikings games when they can allow 250 in big stadiums. So There's a quick pass to the far side over the head of the intended receiver. This is going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
So that's a little positivity they can take out of 2020 that they're drawing as well as the Vikings.
Really, beautiful when you look at this stadium and you look behind at the trees and the fall colors and everything. It's just such a perfect night for football.
It really is.
We'll see what Orono elects to do here. It's a passing situation on 3rd down 8. Dieters lines up with Mueller in the backfield, steps back to pass, now steps into the pocket. He has some room to run. Dieters, he has a 1st down and more down the far sideline. Dieters is pushed out of bounds at around the 32-yard line.
Wow, he just sees it. He has such great field vision. He sees that open field and just goes. And
well, we've seen how in the pros, these running quarterbacks, what kind of an impact they can make. And you look, there wasn't a lot for him downfield to throw to, but he was able to step into the pocket, roll out to the side, and he had a lot of room. And that's the side he's been running, is going to the right. So.
And he has this a little bit of burst, like he just knows when it's there and he just bursts out, and it's hard to catch up.
They spot the ball at the 30-yard line.
Got ourselves a nice little game going here, Bruce.
Man in motion, and the give to Mueller.
Mueller is out there again.
Just powers his way for about 4 yards.
Mueller's having a very nice game today.
There you saw Wilford in motion. This tackle by number 1, George Wolf again.
And Mueller not doing a ton there, just trying to pick up some yards. He's not doing anything fancy, just running hard, pick up 4 yards.
So no score here in the first quarter. I don't know, Paul, are we taking any breaks in this game? All right. I guess we do have a message from our sponsor or just
we have
PSA.
sponsors?
No, I don't think so, but we're going to take a break. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a minute.
Your story doesn't have to end. As an organ donor, the good in you can live on. In fact, you can save up to 8 lives through organ donation. Sign up to give the gift of life after you're gone. You'll be happy you did. Just maybe, someone else will too. Sign up online today as an organ, eye, and tissue donor at organdonor.gov. It saves lives.
Bruce Overton and Paul Bodwin as we're back here from the McQuinn Athletic Complex. 0-0 our scores. We get ready to start the second quarter. Ball at the 26-yard line as the Spartans looking to score first here.
It's a fast first quarter when you have those games where people aren't scoring and not a ton of well, yeah, there was a lot of punting, but yeah, it went real fast.
Right. And I think as both teams just sort of get the feel of each other, I think we're going to see the offenses pick up a little bit too.
Absolutely.
Dieters on the sweep. Nice play as Beltran gets the ball coming across and gets down to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, that was a really well-designed play, that little sweep play there. Lots of holes for him to run, and Orono just really kind of dominating the line today.
And again, there was a case, too, where Beltran did a good job. Instead of running all the way around end, he was able to cut it back up a little bit and was able to buy about 4 or 5 more yards on that play. First down 10. Another player comes in motion. And there's Mueller. Big hole as he fights his way to the goal line. And let's see.
I think he's in.
He's in. Touchdown.
13-yard run.
Really nice fake by Dieter. It faked me out as well. And Mueller in for the touchdown.
So a 13-yard touchdown run by Mueller gives Orono the first lead of the game. And now the extra point will be Jack Coleman.
Holding number 4, Teddy Dieters.
Dieters with the hold. And Kelman's kick is up and good.
That's good. That's the score, Orono.
Well, you called it. You said you thought we might see some scoring pretty quick here in the second quarter, and we are not about 30 seconds in, and we got ourselves a touchdown.
Yeah, so the Spartans on board first. Now we'll see if the Red Knights can march down the field. They had great opportunity on the Seaver interception, but unable to capitalize.
Yeah, and I think it'd be important for them to match here because these two teams have kind of been matching each other all along the way. You had the big interception, the crowd got into it, the momentum seemed to be there, and it went away real quick. And it would be good. It'll be good for the Red Knights to see if they can match this here and drive up the field and score a touchdown and say, let's make a game of it.
Right, this is a good Red Knights offense, and I don't think this is an offense that will get shut down, although you can give credit to the Orono defense so far. They played a really good first quarter.
Let me clarify, I didn't mean to say that we didn't already have a game. This is a good, solid game.
Right. So Fredine and Zachman back to receive the kick from Coleman.
Coleman with the kick.
That one goes into the end zone. Be a touchback.
It's a wise choice to let that one go. Get the ball on 20-yard line, start fresh. Let's go Red Knights and see if they can put together a nice little drive.
Well, I think we've got St. Louis Park next week, and temperature's going to cool down quite a bit, it sounds like, come Wednesday, Thursday. So
of course it is.
Leischow kept it himself that time as he got out to about the 24-yard line.
Yeah, a little play action fake, pick up a few yards. This is what you need to do. 3, 4, 5, 6 yards at a time. That's going to do it.
Yeah, that time they brought Fredine in the backfield along with Petty, and Leischow just taking it himself. So again, Petty and Fredine on the side. This is Petty. And Petty is stacked up. A nice play.
Yeah, I'm not sure who made that tackle.
That was number 77.
I can't find him.
Ozzy Waddy.
And he was just right there like a wall, nowhere for Petty to go.
Yeah, Ozzy did a great job getting in there, plugging the hole, and then closing the gap at the end. That time was number 81. That was Connor Chappell.
So now you're looking at third and long here, and it's to be a big spot for the Red Knights to show some big offense.
Hansen goes in motion. Leischow, he's going to throw downfield and intercepted. That ball is picked off by the Spartans, number 3, Wojciechowski.
Yeah, and that's just really unfortunate. It looked like he had a man, and he just came up short on the throw on that, I believe. Let's see.
Yeah, let's take a look again as he goes back to pass, throws over the outstretched arms into Wojciechowski's hands, and that pass was intended for Tyler Zachman.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was intended for Woodford and he just came up short, but I think you're right. It looked like he was going for Zachman and maybe went a little long. So that's an unfortunate situation for the Red Knights, but a lot of ball game left. Get a stop here, pick it back up.
Wilford comes in motion to the near side,
Peters.
and the throw is complete to Arneson. Arneson breaks the tackle, cuts back inside, gets up to the 10-yard line.
Peters to Arneson on reception.
It was a real nice run by Arneson, and I think he's got a little bit of beef. I think somebody may have grabbed his face mask and yanked it off.
So Arneson heads over to the sideline.
Good block as well. Yeah, right there. I'm surprised there wasn't a penalty on that play. Someone pulled the helmet off right by the face mask. But nevertheless, a great play, good blocking, good running.
So Chappell and Beltran line up to the near side and as a wide receiver. And it's a keeper, Dieters. Dieters gets inside the 5-yard line, so.
We got a flag on the play.
Yeah, we've got a penalty flag.
Some good defense here by Woodford, just squaring up and making sure he doesn't sneak past him. The tendency can sometimes be to over pursue on that play and rush in too fast, and then the runner squeaks by you, but he squared up and kept him in front of him.
Referees in their first game of the season. See the flag down on the field, and we wait to see what the call is. It seemed to come very late in the play, Paul.
It did.
Personal foul against the Spartans.
Yeah, so this is a personal foul is going to be called against the Spartans, so this can bring it back 15 yards.
Yeah, that is a big penalty in a spot like this, and I'm not sure what exactly the call, I know what the call was, but what happened.
Now watch the play one more time here with Dieters. And,
Second and goal from the 21-yard line.
There's something that happened back in the back corner of the end zone.
Yep. That's a big penalty because they were knocking on the door. Now they're backed up to the 21-yard line.
Arneson has one-on-one coverage on the far side. Dieters looks that way. Let's see if they're going to. Wow, they're going to run Mueller on a delay. You got a penalty flag in the backfield, which a lot of times is a hold.
You're right, and they just might be moving backwards. We'll have to see what the call is.
Also, we have an injured player on the field.
Thinking it might be Marinero.
Looked like 72, I think.
Oh, I thought it was 52, but yeah, you might be right. And it is a hold, so the Spartans are going to keep moving backwards here.
Yeah, it could be Raymond, Jeffrey Raymond. Again, from where we're sitting, it's a little bit hard to.
Looked like he was holding the leg.
Both teams taking. We'll take a look at the play again.
It'll be second and goal from the 40.
Yeah, so Raymond tried to make the original tackle, and he went diving down, and I'm not sure if his foot got caught up or something happened.
You know, I wonder if it's a cramp the way they're working on him, and I don't know if you noticed on that run, but he kind of started to hold up a little bit, and it looked like he pushed himself through it to try to make the play. But I think he's got something pulled. So the Spartans will have the ball on the 40-yard line. He's up. That's always a good sign.
Upcoming games for the Red Knights of October 16th, they'll be at De La Salle. That's a 7 o'clock. They're all 7 o'clock games. October 23rd, home against Chanhassen. October 30th at Jefferson. Then at Holy Cross on November 6th. And back at home for a game against Robbinsdale Cooper on the 11th.
And the way he's coming off the field, I'll stand to be corrected. I don't know that that's a pull. He looks like he really hurt the ankle or the foot somewhere in there.
Yeah, and it's so hard to see, you know, a player get injured first game of the season, and we wish him the best.
We sure do. He looks to be in a lot of pain, but he looks to be a tough kid.
So again, Jeffrey Raymond, the junior. It's over to the sidelines, and they get him onto the chair. You notice they don't have benches here, which is another interesting thing. They have chairs spread out, but not many of them, so the players are being asked to stand on the sidelines.
And move around. So, Bruce, we're looking at a 2nd and 40.
That almost gets them over to Minnetonka Boulevard. Well, we'll see if Dieters maybe tries to run the football here, if he can get inside. Now he throws it, and it was deflected by Seaver.
Great defensive play because he had him, and that was going to just undo all of that loss right there. But Seaver's with a great defensive play, very heads up.
Right, Ryan Seaver had an interception already in this game, and here he makes a nice play. You see him get his hand up, and he had the presence of mind to know where that football was, and to deflect that one. Otherwise, that would have been maybe even a touchdown.
It might have been, yeah. And a little bit underthrown, but still a great defensive play by Seaver to get his hands up there, get him on the ball.
That was a fullback that got out there. So that's where the linebacker has to come back in coverage.
So 3rd and 40 passing situation, do you think?
Yeah. They fake. Now they run a screen pass. And again, the Red Knights missing tackles.
Oh, my.
And this could go for a touchdown. That's crazy. That's Mueller.
That was Mueller. Well-designed play. Making it up on a big throw is going to be tough. Let's throw a screen. Let's see what we can get. Maybe get into field goal position. And the way Mueller's been running, why not give him the ball?
Again, they needed 40 yards. Watch Mueller here. And again, a missed tackle there. He gets to the outside. Just great blocking. You look at it, you want to see textbook blocking. That was it. I mean, there are a lot of white players downfield blocking and opened up the gap, and a great run by Mueller. And here's the extra point. It's good.
It's good. It's just for Orono 14.
That was quite a sequence of plays to be down in the end zone. You're looking like you're getting a touchdown. You don't. You back yourself up another 40 yards. Looks like you're just going to be happy to maybe get a field goal, if that. And then you burst for a 40-yard play and score the 2nd touchdown of the game. And they're up 14-0 now in the halfway through the 2nd quarter.
And I'm not sure if the defense was playing back, knowing that it was 40 yards to go. And so maybe they were playing back a little bit, and that's where that screen pass was able to get underneath, and then the blockers were able to take it the rest of the way, and a great run by Mueller.
Absolutely. He made some nice moves. There were a couple of guys that were there, and he has this quick cut that seems to fool him a bit.
And look at the Spartans sideline. They're feeling pretty good right now, and their team has come out with a 14-0 lead here. Oh, there's 2 players going after the ball at the same time, and
it's Ferdine.
And Ferdine, yeah.
Who quickly, gobbled it up for him to not have anything go any more disastrous. But it's going to be very important for the Red Knights to protect the football here and get a nice, solid drive. They need to keep that defense off the field.
And I agree, Paul. That's the key here. This is a big part of the game right now. We're still only in the first half with 8:17 to go, but Benilde needs to show that they can sustain a drive here and see if they can put 6 points on the board. Leishau, there's a missed block that time, and nothing going on that play.
And again, it's that dominance at the line that's just wreaked havoc for the Knights. I wonder if we're going to see some more of those rollouts. I feel like that's maybe where they've had the best luck on those short passes on the rollouts. But we'll see what they can put together here at 2nd down and 10. Be nice to even get just 3 to 5 yards here.
Takes you out of the running game a little bit.
Wolf the ball carrier.
Now Wolf gets the inside
Short
handoff,
gain,
and very short gain as he gets to about the 15-yard line. One thing, you know, when you look at the tackling, it's not just one player. I'm looking to say, okay, can I call number 19, Graham Beltran, on the tackle? But you see a number of players coming in, and good job by David Wolfert there, along with 2 other defenders. So it's, again, what the Red Knights didn't want to be stuck in is a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 9.
And, you know, it was a short run, but not for lack of effort. I mean, he was chugging as much as he could to pick up every inch of yard of field as he could. So here we are, 3rd and 9. This is a big 3rd down.
Woodford lines up on the near sideline. And we're going to flag. It's going to be procedure probably called against the Red Knights. And this makes it really difficult for an offense, because when you get in these 3rd down and long situations, you know the defenders are going to just start taking off on the quarterback. And Leishaw's got to be able to find some time to throw the ball and let his defenders or his receivers get down the field. And to switch it around a little bit now, we're going to have Charlie Hansen to the near side, Woodford over on the far sideline. Leishaw back to pass, steps up into the pocket.
He's got a
man.
man.
Down the field, and it's caught by George Wolf.
And you know what? The Red Knights offensive line did what they needed to do there. They gave Leishaw the time to find his man. He found him, threw him a perfect pass, and how about that?
Leishaw stepped into the pocket, was able to make his best throw of the game right there. And he had Wolf at the 30, and Wolf was able to drag the defenders out to the 37. So
and I think it was Petty that had a really nice block that kept Leishaw alive to make the throw.
And again, those are the kind of plays you need to maybe open it up for the run game a little bit. But that did not open it up for the run game. Petty stacked up behind the line of scrimmage.
This is a tough team to run on, Bruce. So they've just swallowed up that part of the line.
You can see the size. I mean, look how big those players are. Man's trying to get riled up here on the Red Knight sideline, trying to get the team motivated and see if something good can happen.
Sometimes all it takes is that big play, third and long.
6 minutes remaining in the first half.
Hey, you mentioned size. The Spartans have a 6'8" player in Mandel on that line.
Hopefully he's on the basketball team too. Leishaw rolls to the near side. Can't really, he tried to get in position to throw the football, but he had too much pressure from behind.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where he was going to have to twist his body around in such a way that he would be at risk of a fumble because somebody just gets a hand on it. If you see right here, he knows that guy's there. He wants to pull back, but it's too risky. I think that's a smart move on Leishaw to hang on to that ball.
What a great play, too, by Bradley Walker. He was a defender that came in and ended up taking Leishaw down.
So here you have another 3rd and long. Let's see if they can keep it going.
So it's 3rd down, 12 yards to go. Three wideouts for the Red Knights. Leishaw, he's got time, throws, coming back for the football, and breaking a tackle.
He's still going. Oh, he stepped out.
What a great catch by Johnny Woodford.
It's going to be close.
And that was short of a first down, but it was all Woodford with the second effort. Watch this again. Watch what Woodford does and able to break the defender, number 3, Wojciechowski.
Yep, and they got the spot right, it looks like, and I think this is 4 down territory, even though we're at 1st and 10.
Back-to-back first downs. I mean, hopefully it doesn't get to that point for the Red Knights. See if they can march down the field without having those 3rd and longs. See if they can get a good first down play.
For a second there, it was like Tom Brady forgetting what down it was.
It was a great throw, too, by Leischow. So he's had a couple good throws in a row. He's got pressure. He steps into the pocket, and Leischow takes off to the near side, and he's going to be brought down at the 46-yard line.
But a nice play by Leischow. He saw it open up, and he took it. He knew he could get some yards, and that's exactly what you want to do there.
Yeah, stepped up into the pocket. And again, no blockers to help him out that time. They're all white defenders there, and good job by the Spartans to prevent that from being even a much longer play than it was.
Yes.
So Woodford lines up on the far side, brings up 2nd down, 5 yards to go. And Leischow will pass the football, throws, complete. Woodford again, and he breaks the tackle.
Another tackle. He must have some real strength there. I mean, the way he's just shaking guys off of him like they're flies.
Well, it's that yak, yards after the catch, and that's what Woodford has been good at so far here. So the Red Knights now in Spartan territory and taking time off the clock as well. Plenty of time left here in the first half. We're down to 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
And I think more importantly, giving that defense some rest, even though many of them play both sides.
That's a good point too, and also see if they can tire out here this defense that they're facing. So.
Yep. This is a very nice drive, exactly what the Red Knights need to be doing.
Timeout, Red Knights.
Red Knights something they didn't like, and they're going to take a timeout here.
And that's a good timeout. I mean, you mentioned kind of working the clock down, but in this situation, 3 minutes left, you're down 14-0, 3 minutes left in the half. You want to make sure you get these plays right.
One thing, too, we saw the Spartans doing such a great job controlling the defensive line, and Benilde has really been unable to run the football. And now by opening things up, by passing the football, I think it's going to open up the run a little bit, and I think we'll start seeing some runs from Petty or Wolf and coming in and getting some few more yards than what they've been getting earlier.
Absolutely, and you know what that passing is doing is it's really spreading out that line more that has just been plugging holes like crazy the whole game. And you've really seen that the last few plays where the things just feel a little bit more open and the Red Knights do better, at least in this game when the things are opened up a little bit.
Well, I think the timeout, too, I think John Hanks knows how big of a possession this is. If they can score going into halftime and only be down by 7, that's a big boost for them and coming into the second half.
Absolutely. The way things have been going, and they've struggled to get an offense going, to be able to put together a drive here at the end of the half and go in 14-7, like you said, is huge.
1st and 10 from the 45.
Back to pass, Leischow.
That was a risky throw, and it almost cost him.
2nd down and 10 for the Red Knights.
Looked like Wilford who almost picked that off. Oh, it looked like it may have been tipped.
I think it was tipped.
But he was still, if you'll see here, throwing into a lot of traffic. It was a gutsy throw.
Well, he was intended for Charlie Hansen, and you're right, 3 defenders right around Hansen, so best to have another opportunity here.
Absolutely. It's only 2nd and 10. Just keep, picking away 5 yards here. It's all you need. Don't need to do anything huge right here.
Still 3 minutes, 3 seconds to go until halftime. Leischow throws to the far side, open, catching the football on the far side again is Woodford.
And I like that play, just like a little post and just get some yards, makes the throw.
Had that D down, so he wasn't able to get the yards after the catch, but again, it brings up a 3rd down and 1, so Red Knights could have 2 opportunities here to get this 1 yard, and they're going to hand off. And Petty.
Looks like he's got it.
Picks up a Red Knight first down.
Really nice run by Petty. He knew that's all I need is 1 yard.
Right, and you know, Petty with a very strong body was able to work his way against Joe Kilzer, number 8 here. Also coming in on the tackle for the Spartans, Wojciechowski.
Boy, the Spartans, though, Bruce, they really do have that kind of swarming defense, don't they?
They do, and we've called a number of names quite a bit in this game, but Wojciechowski was one who called quite a bit in this first half. Leishaw with Petty in the backfield. Back to pass. Leishaw has time. Throws and incomplete.
And that was unfortunate. He had a guy, and
well, there's 2 players here.
Right, and
when you watch Woodford, and then also I think Wolf. But right now, so far, you can see Woodford's favorite target in the first half for Leishaw.
Absolutely, and why not? He did those yards after catch, like you said. And that was a great opportunity right there, but no worries. That's what 1st and 10 is for, right?
So now Woodford lines up on the far sideline. Rolling, looking downfield. It's caught inside the 25-yard line.
Antonio Fondren with the reception there. And you know, one of the big things that's happening right now is this offensive line is giving Leishaw time. And that's allowing plays to develop. That's a big shift I think we've seen on this drive as to previous other ones. And
first catch of the game by Antonio Fondren gives the Red Knights a first down at the 24-yard line.
They're in a great position right here to get some points on the board going into the half.
Clock ticking down at 1:35.
And they do have, 4 downs here, so you want to, now they got to start paying attention to that clock. Don't whittle it down too much.
So with 1:20 to go, Red Knights looking over the field, and now we're going to get a official timeout.
So put some time back on the clock.
Yeah, they move it to 1:46. So I think the clock was supposed to stop after that last play, but kept ticking down.
That makes sense. That would explain why they weren't getting moving.
Back to pass, Leishaw throws and a diving attempt. That was Wolf.
That was
George Wolf, yeah. Just led him a little too far this time, but Wolf with a great attempt, trying for that one-handed grab.
And Leishaw's trying to hit him in stride there, because you hit somebody in stride in that situation and they can maybe take that all the way in. He just led him a little too much, like you said. And now we're at 2nd and 10. 1:43 left to go in the half. Plenty of time for the Red Knights to keep this going and get into the end zone.
It's got to be tiring for the quarterback. He runs to the sideline every time, talks to the coach, gets the play, has to run back out there.
Can't they get him little radios like they have in the NFL?
I know, put something in the helmet. 2nd down and 10. Leishaw back to pass. He's got some pressure, rolls to the near side, trying to get his feet. He eludes one and gets out inside the 25, down close to the 20-yard line. Yeah, a nice little fake.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Nice little fake here, watch, that pulls this guy in, and he's able to scoot around him and get a few yards. He's got some good speed.
Right here.
Yep.
There, yep.
3rd down and 8 from the 21-yard line.
So they gain a couple on that play. Still 3rd down, 8.
And on the 20-yard line here, the Spartans have to be careful. They've got to guard the 8 yards that they need to get, but there's also an end zone that they have to protect as well.
Right. And so Woodford, along with Zachman, line up on the far side. There's a blitz.
Nice blocking.
Yeah, Leishow throws to the near sideline,
Incomplete.
and it's incomplete.
Another off-target throw, unfortunately. He had him, but just low and to his
You
left.
get 4th down and 8 from the 21.
Well, 4th down and 8.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate pass there because he had him. And for my money, I think I'd go for it here.
Louis Hyde has been the kicker for many years. He is
Timeout, Red
graduated, and Fradlone is the kicker, but we'll see if they elect to go for a field goal or the points, try and see if they can get the first down. I think they're going to go for it here on 4th down. So.
I like the call, you know. It's
I do too.
a lot of game left, and it makes a lot. It's a lot more meaningful going into the half down 14-7 versus 14-3. 14-3 is not going to feel that different than 14-0 at this point.
I think we'll get a timeout on the defensive side of the ball, but you just want to protect and make sure that you don't throw that a bad pass where it's intercepted and comes back the other way and gives Orono another opportunity here. But you know, hopefully Benilde can make something good happen here. They've had a couple 3rd and longs and 4th and long, you know, and they are 3rd and longs, and they've been able to convert. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, above all else, even if they come out of this with nothing, they have allowed some of their defensive players that aren't playing both sides to rest. They've kept the Spartans defense on their toes. They've been having to be out there. I don't know how long this drive is now, 5-6 minutes maybe. And so it's been a nice sustained drive. It's exactly what the offense needed to just get a little bit more confidence in their game.
I agree, and also for the quarterback, Leishow, he had that interception. You know, his game was maybe, you know, some of the throws were off at the beginning, but he really has gotten into the groove, and I think he's played really well here in the 2nd quarter.
He absolutely has. So
and he's on the run too a lot.
Yes, he is. This is it right here.
You see Leishow trying to draw him off sides. The key is to not let him get that big rush going. They do have a rush going. Leishow, he's got room, throws,
and it looks like he faked a throw and it just flopped out of his hands.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he was trying to maybe pull back a throw that he was going to make here.
Yeah, it's that
faked.
It's that tuck thing almost, you know, that he tried to fake it and then tuck it in, and it just slipped out, it looks like, and that's really unfortunate. Although not a ton lost there, even if he throws it incomplete, it's still the Spartans' ball right here.
Well, and that could also, you can look at it, and his arm was coming forward. The question is, you know, you could look at it again, you could say, well, maybe that was a forward pass.
Right. But either way, it would still be the Spartans'
Correct.
ball no matter what. So,
right, just field position.
So there's, you know, Leishow doesn't need to feel bad about that fumble at all.
This is Mueller. I think the Spartans would be very happy just to go into the locker room up 14-0. We'll see if they try and throw the football here.
Absolutely. I don't know if they'll do that, but I agree with you. After it looked like the Red Knights might come in and score, and you're feeling pretty good going in 14-0. But they got 4 wide here.
They're going to throw it. Dieters, he lobs this one high up in the air. It's up for grabs. It's intercepted by the Red Knights. Oh, nope, incomplete.
Oh, he dropped it. I thought he had it.
Take a look at this again, and he just threw that one almost up for grabs,
Yep.
just lobbed it up and through the arms.
Yeah, I think you figure, you know what, even if it gets intercepted there with 42 seconds left, it's highly unlikely that.
Yeah, that was Brady Wine back there, and Brady, that's a tough catch to make in traffic. Mueller, and they're just going to run it here.
Yep.
And, the Red Knights make the stop. I don't think the Red Knights, they're out of timeout, so otherwise, or maybe there is one.
Oh, I think they have one left.
Timeout timeout, Rednecks.
Yeah, they did have one left. Okay, so.
And that's a good timeout because now they got a punt, and you never know what's going to happen on a punt.
Correct, and then you can send the kitchen sink out at the punter right here, and nothing to lose. They were very close to blocking a punt earlier.
So there's 29 seconds left. 14-0.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns in the game by Mueller. One on a 13-yard run in first quarter, or in the second quarter, and that made it 7-0. And then a screen pass, a 40-yard screen pass to Mueller, and that made it 14-0. Well, here's our view. We decided to be outside.
Hey,
today.
we're on TV. we thought it would be safer. We're trying to stay as far apart as we can here.
Right.
But you know, you get excited and you lean into the monitor, and so we're
turn that way.
doing our best.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
But here we go. It's 4th and 2, ball on the 31-yard line. 29 seconds left in the half. We'll see what kind of a rush the Red Knights can come up with here.
So they,
looks like they're going for it. They're not going to bother with the punt.
that's really interesting. I think they're just going to try and draw them off sides and then bring in the punting unit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot see that there's any way that Orono would give the Red Knights field position with 29 seconds to go.
Yeah, I was a little mystified there, but of course, yes, the hard count. We all know and love the hard count.
So the Red Knights coaching staff out on the field trying to set things up. We'll see if they go for the block here, or do they set up a return?
Well, with 29 seconds left and the way the Red Knights have been playing offense, which is a little bit of piecemeal and little plays together, I would think you'd go for the rush.
Jackson, light job back deep, number 18.
Yeah, Zachman and Ferdine back.
Almost.
Yeah.
He might have gotten a piece of it.
So it's going to bounce, and it's going to be at the 38-yard line with 20 seconds to go.
Takes a Spartan bounce for sure.
Right, and the Red Knights, by just letting that thing go, about 6 or 7 more seconds just went off the clock. It was sort of a nice punt to eat time off of the clock as it continued to roll forward.
And it looked like that might have been for Dean. I couldn't quite tell, and it looked like he did get a finger on it.
So 18 seconds to go. We'll see if the Red Knights try and throw one downfield.
I think you try throwing one downfield, but you got to be very careful with the ball here too.
Yeah, and I think if you're the Spartans, you're watching the sidelines as well too to make sure that they don't have the quick down and out where they can get out of bounds and get in better field position.
Yep.
Give this to Petty. Petty with a nice first down and more. Petty gets out of bounds.
9 seconds left. How about that?
So now they have a good opportunity to be able to throw the ball into the end zone.
Absolutely. That's a great run by Petty and a way to stay on his feet and get out of bounds to stop the clock.
And really, if he held his balance, he had a chance to even possibly go all the way here.
Nice blocking in there.
You look, Petty was ahead of all the defenders at that point. Wilford was the player that pushed from behind.
That was Turson with a key block to get Petty downfield.
Petty comes out of the game. Hansen now will line up with Woodford on the near sideline. I think this play is coming to the left side for Woodford. Back to pass, Lyshaw. He lets it go deep. Hansen is there, and he's got it!
Touchdown!
Charlie Hansen with the catch on the last play of the half.
Holy Mary, full of grace, can you believe it?
Boy, what a turnaround in this game. Watch this again. Lyshaw rolls to the near side. You see one defender there. Hansen does a good job, gets up there for the ball, and makes that catch, and that ball did not hit the ground.
It did not hit the ground, and I've just heard from New York. They have confirmed it. It is a touchdown. Unbelievable play.
Now, if that doesn't give you
Sequence of
momentum
events.
going into the locker room.
That is devastating to the Spartans.
Bad snap, and the kick is still up and good.
It's good. How about that? That is an unbelievable last minute and a half of football.
And we're going to take a look at this again because we can. Good job by Leishau again, rolling to his left, throwing downfield, put it up, and again, it was just over the outstretched arms of the defender that time.
And a really great catch. He had to leap up. Yeah.
That was Noah Arneson, the strong safety, and Arneson is one of their best ball players and very talented, and just what a great job and good concentration by Charlie Hansen.
And just an incredible catch. I mean, look, and he has to time that right. He's fully extended.
And I want to correct the defender on the play was number 17, Ryan Rudd.
Okay.
So.
And he comes down with that ball.
We'll probably see a squib kick here just to run out the clock, but
I thought maybe they had time for one play and they get three and they still could have run one more.
Yeah, so the Red Knights were looking for something good to happen, and they waited a long time, and they were able to get that right at the end of the game. So. Half.
End of the half.
Half. We got more time left.
We got a whole half of football left, Bruce.
Right. And again, you look for something that can give you momentum, and the Red Knights have had really two good possessions on their last two offensive possessions, and they're able to give Leishau some time to throw the football, and that makes a big difference. So a little pooch kick.
A little squib. And they're just going to fall on it, and that'll be it. And you're right. I mean, what you had here was an incredible sequence of events with a long, sustained drive, exactly what you needed. You're hoping to get a touchdown. You get stopped on fourth down. Then they get big plays downfield, and you're thinking, well, this is it. But then you get the ball back with some good clock management and come up with two huge plays to finish off the half.
Right, you had the nice run by Petty, and then and that got him into a position for Leishau to throw that football at the end of the half.
Yep, and here we are. You thought for sure we were going down 14-0, and all of a sudden, just like that, it's 14-7, and we got ourselves a heck of a ball game.
Right, so again, a fun first half, and again, this is first game of the season for both teams, and really a clean first half of football. We didn't see too many penalties, and not a lot of turnovers, and we're looking forward to the second half, Paul.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great second half of football, I think. Both teams are going to go into the locker room feeling good about some things, feeling like they've got a chance to win this first game of 2020.
So again, thanks again, everyone, for joining us. Stay with us, because if you saw the end of that first half, we should have an exciting second half coming up.
Please join me in welcoming these seniors to the field.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Welcome back from Quinn Athletic Complex. 14-7 the score, Orono leads. And again, if you just tuned in, Orono had a 14-0 lead, all 14 points coming in the second quarter. And then the Red Knights, as the first half was coming to an end, had a 35-yard Hail Mary play from Leishau to Charlie Hansen, and 14-7 our score, Paul. Pretty exciting end of the half.
Very exciting end of the half with the way that transpired. Again, that long drive. with the clock ticking down, and it looked like the Red Knights were going to score, and then they turned it over on downs effectively, and then Orono came down to the big play downfield, and somehow, again through good clock management, Benilde gets the ball back and has 2 huge plays, and they're getting the ball back here in the third quarter.
Yeah, again, that's the key too. Now they get the ball back and have an opportunity to carry that momentum over, maybe try and tie this football game on the first possession here in the second half. Jack Kelman will kick off as he places the ball down at the 40-yard line. Dean and Zachman back for the Red Knights.
No wind whatsoever to speak of tonight, so that's not going to get in the way.
I saw Kelman had a really good long kick before. See if gets this one all the way towards the end zone. Zachman will field it it comes across the 10, 15, 20. Zachman has a little bit of a hole as he gets out across the 25-yard line.
Yeah, you know, he kicked it deep, but he kicked it low and fast, and so it gave the returner a lot of time to get some yards before he was even going to meet somebody covering it. So good field position for the Red Knights.
And we saw Leishau having to throw the ball quite a bit because the Red Knights were really forced with second, third, and long situations. And he didn't have a lot of pass protection, but he was able to roll, get outside the pocket, find time to throw the football. And I think what the Red Knights would like to do now is see if they can get a good mix, get the running game going a little bit. We saw a great run by Petty at the end of the half. And Petty now gets the football.
And he's down for a loss.
Yep.
Petty in the run, loss on the play.
Good tackle by number 8, Joe Tilzer, for a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, I think it would be good for the Red Knights to get out there and try to, build some of that running game. But again, Orono has been so good about plugging up those holes on the line. It might just not be there, and you got to go with what works.
Leishau again gets the call from the sideline, has to start back onto the field. Hansen and Woodford line up on the near side. Petty in the backfield. Leishau. Rose, quick throw over the middle. It's complete. Across the 30-yard line, maybe to the 31.
Yeah, Bruce, that's just a little play action there, and it was executed perfectly.
Yeah, Antonio Fondren with his second catch of the game. So he cuts over the middle.
Really nice throw, catches him in stride.
And a good tackle by David Wilford of the Spartans, preventing the first down.
3rd down and 3 from the 34.
So it's a 3rd down 3. Leishau, he's got pressure coming and trying to elude that, but yeah, they came in hard from the left side of the line.
Yep, nearly, you just didn't see him coming, and just at the last minute he did, and tried to step up into the pocket there and get something, but there was really not much to do there.
Yeah, that was number 89, Andrew Mandel.
Yeah, 6'8". So good luck trying to throw over him.
Yeah, he came in quick and didn't get blocked on the outside, and nothing Leishau could do. Actually, Leishau did a good job to hold on to the football.
Yep.
A lot of times that's the kind of play that can be disastrous.
And it almost was, because he didn't quite see him coming. That Mandel kid is what we call long and athletic.
They had to wait for Turrison to get onto the field. Low snap. Fradlin with a good punt, but takes a bad bounce for the Red Knights. And the Spartans will have good field position on the Red Knights side of midfield.
Yeah, and that's just unfortunate for the Red Knights. It was a low snap, but he got it up, got the kick off. It was a nice long kick, and just takes that bounce the other way.
So the Spartans trying to see if they can get some momentum back after what happened at the end of the first half.
Yeah, and I think it was important for the Spartans to get that 3 and out here that they just did. I think it was a 3 and out, to just stop them right there and kind of nullify that, getting the ball right at the beginning of the 3rd quarter. And here we go. They've got great field position. Let's see if the Red Knights can respond.
Player in motion. Mueller, and good job by the Red Knights.
That might have been his shortest run of the game, Bruce.
Yeah, nice tackle by Parker Skelton.
It's a Spartans 2nd down and 7.
The Red Knights would really like to stuff him here and keep him at 3rd and long.
And off.
There it is.
Great tackle. What a great job by Wolf as he got in, made the shoestring tackle, and
yeah, this is excellent by Wolf. He gets in there, gets the shoestring tackle, like you said, and does not let go. Sometimes the runner can escape from this, but he just hangs on.
Well, it was almost like a wrestling move as you're on your back arched, and he was able to hold on. So 3rd down 9 now for the Spartans.
That's a big play right there.
Well, they send quads out to the near side. They have Mueller lined up along with the receivers.
And I wonder if there's some kind of illegal formation there.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, we do have a flag. Again, keep in mind that Dieters has done a great job running the football too, and when you stack the side, Dieters has been able to run off the right side. This penalty is actually on the Red Knights. It's going to be an offside. So a lot of times, if you know, in high school football, if you encroach, it's called right at that point. So not like in the NFL where you have that free play.
That free play that Brett Favre loved so much. That's a really unfortunate penalty for the Knights because now you're looking at a 3rd and 4, opens the playbook wide open for the Spartans, but it looks like they're going with the same play.
Well, it really does open it up, and it gives you an opportunity now inside the 40-yard line. You want to run 2 plays.
Yeah, and it's just a keeper.
Yeah, that was what they were trying to do is isolate Dieters against the defense.
Dieters on the run, forced out of bounds by number 16, Ryan Seaver.
Good job by Seaver, forcing him out of bounds, and see where they spot this one.
It's close, but I think he got it. It would help if the field had that yellow line like they do on TV.
I know. Holding.
Oh, holding penalty. So it's coming right back.
Right. I didn't see the flag down, and
I didn't either.
So they'll move them back to their side of the field on the 49-yard line. Take a look again here. And this must have happened downfield. There's a player who just got tackled.
Oh, right.
It looked like number 68, Charles Brophy, was probably the player called for the hold. Again, Dieters steps up. He's going to run the football, and the Red Knights not tackling. And this is what happened in the first quarter was the Red Knights had some problems making the tackles, and a really good run by Dieters.
Yeah, let's take a look here. That one fooled me. I thought they had him, and all of a sudden he keeps going.
Yeah, he cut back up and tried to, it looked like Wolf tried to get an arm on tackle, and finally Woodford was the one to push him on at about the 25.
Yeah, Dieters made a real nice sort of stop move there that just fooled Wolf.
Right, he must have stepped out of bounds, so they're going to call it at the 32-yard line. And the pitch goes to Mueller. Mueller looking for some room, and he is taken down on a nice tackle by William Petty.
You know, Bruce, it seems like the Knights here have really keyed in on Mueller in the second half, and I wonder if that's something they talked about in the locker room because he's had a wonderful game, and they've really keyed in on him so far.
And again, you can see the stiff arm, but Petty able to wrap him around the waist and pull him down.
Very nice tackle.
2nd and 10 from the 32-yard line.
So no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down, 10 from the 32-yard line.
Wojciechowski over on the far sideline. Hand off to Mueller. Mueller goes low for about 3 or 4. And those are the kind of plays that you may not get a lot of yardage, but when you keep running the ball like that, you start working the defense and tiring them out a little bit.
Yep, and that's all it takes is those little 3 to 4 yard runs. And so, again, the Knights are keying in on him well. He's not getting some big runs here, but you can just grind it out that way.
First possession for the Spartans here in the second half. They're moving the ball. 3rd down, 6. And the give is to Mueller.
Yep.
Mueller looks like, depending on where they spot this, could have enough for the first down.
Yeah, and that's a case there. Mueller runs strong, but he's also getting a nice sort of pull from the offensive line, just pushing everything downfield a little bit so he can pick up those 3 to 4 yards. It looks like he's a little short.
They're going to go quick on 4th and 1 as he is short. And the give again to Mueller. And he's stacked up. Let's see where they mark it.
Yeah, that's going to be one that depends on where they put it, but a nice play by the Knights. We got 5:39 left in the 3rd quarter. And
Red Knights take over on down.
Yep, the Red Knights stop them.
And they stop him. That's a big play. That's it just feels like a turnover, and it is. It's a turnover on downs, but it feels like
it does. It
does. And here you go.
Right. It's a big play for the Red Knights, and as the Spartans come up empty-handed, and now the Red Knights with an opportunity as they have the ball at their own 23-yard line. Fake to Petty, back to pass, thrown, and intended that time for Fondren, but it was overthrown.
Yeah, overthrown, but also very catchable. He had him there and just kind of squeaked through his hands, it looked like.
It was really a good fake set up. He had a lot of time to throw the football, and again, that pass is catchable.
It's catchable, but also a little more difficult than I thought. It wasn't just up. He also had to turn his body back, and it can be really difficult to make those plays where you're having to jump and twist your body back to the ball. So it's a tough catch to make.
So 2nd and 10. And the give is to Petty. Petty with a nice cut. Petty spins and works his way to the 30-yard line.
Bruce, that's Petty there doing like his best Barry Sanders, just kind of dancing around trying to find some yards, and does a nice job.
So they get a lot of the yards now to make it a real manageable 3rd down. It's 3rd and 3 as the ball's on the 30-yard line.
Yep, and with 3rd and 3, you have a wide open playbook here. Find the right play, let's execute, get a first down, and keep moving the ball. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
So Hansen and Zachman line up on the near side. Rolling. Leishaw wants to take it, but the defense is there, and no chance for Leishaw to get to the sticks.
On the run.
And that's some good defense by Orono, just good team effort, just breaking everything down and giving the Knights really not anything they can do with that.
I think Leishaw made the decision pretty early here that he was going to run it. You see him tuck the ball down, and again, good pursuit by the Spartans defense, and it's going to bring up a 4th down, 3 yards to go.
Yep. And he looked downfield, and he maybe could have looked downfield again, but then that pass rush was coming in so strong that if he did, he was at risk of taking a big hit and losing the ball. And we have a man down, looks like Beltran, on the Spartans.
So a punting situation for the Red Knights will looks like player is Graham Beltran, and he gets up, and
it looks like he'll be all right. And remember earlier in the first half, we had Raymond down for the Knights, and he is out of the game with some kind of brace on and on crutches. We don't know the extent of his injury, but we do hope it's nothing too serious, and hopefully he can be back and playing. Not tonight, but sometime in the future.
Right. So we're going to have a punt here as William Fratellone will punt the football.
Number 11 back, Noah Arneson, to receive the punt.
Arneson to receive, and Beltran normally is back also to receive the punt, but he just went out. There's a lot of pressure. Fratellone got that one off, and it's fielded on the run by Arneson.
And that's a gutsy return right there, not calling for a fair catch, but he made it work and got some yards. And that punt was also shortened by a heck of a rush.
Yeah, it was, and again, we're seeing field position here in favor of the Spartans as they start in Benilde territory at the 45. So Red Knights will have to make another stand here, see if they can stay in this football game here with 3:58 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, and that field position really does become, a factor. We haven't seen any scoring out of it yet, but generally it tends to break down at some point and favor the team that has the good field position.
And we haven't seen Dieters run the football much yet, and here he's going to
There he
go.
goes.
He takes off the right side. And that's a play that worked very well for
Dieters
him, is that run to the right side, and it worked very well here.
Yeah, he is very fast. I mean, watch how quickly he just spurts out, and it's so hard to catch up with him.
We have an injured player for the Red Knights, number 52, Nick Marinero.
And see, and this looks maybe like something's just tight. And this is what we talked about before the game. Not a lot of conditioning and all of that, and all the practices that they were able to do this year, to have the full kind of, captain's practices, all of that. I mean, maybe they did some of it, but we were worried about tight muscles. And what happens is you play that first half, you go out there, you exert, you're warm, then you take the halftime, and your muscles cool down again, and that's where you can see a lot of pulls and tight muscles, and he's up and running. I think he's going to be just fine.
That's good to see. And a lot of times too, you get a lot of these players right now in these smaller roster teams where they're playing both sides of the football, and here it's going to take a while to really get back into game shape and to be able to play. It's hard enough to play one side of the football, but when you're playing both sides of the football, it takes a little bit.
Absolutely.
It has cooled down, we should mention.
Yep.
It felt like it was in the 70s at the start of the game, and now it feels like it's definitely cooled down to maybe 60 degrees. So.
Yeah, it's definitely cooler, and that impacts the muscles as well. It just gets cold like that, and I suspect we're going to see a little bit more of that throughout this game. So here we go, 3:43 left to go. Second down.
Well, for the first time, we see Gustafson in the backfield. Been a good lot of Mueller running the football, and now Gavin Gustafson, 5'10" senior.
So the opposing fans kind of goading the home fans a little bit, saying we can't hear you.
Peters is going to take it to the near side. And he has enough for the first down.
He does have enough for the first down, and Red Knights maybe could have been called for a late hit on that, taking him down kind of well out of bounds. But
we see also Nick Marinero's back in the game, which is good to see.
First down at Orono, 1st and 10 from the 31.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't call that.
Yeah, George Wolf, just he had him wrapped, and he was actually pulled in that direction. So maybe a good call. Peters gives to the running back, and that's Gustafson, and Gustafson with another nice hole.
Yep, and Spartans doing exactly what they want to do. They like just kind of chewing up the clock, running these short runs, keep the chains moving. And that's what they're doing with 3:22 left in the third quarter, and they're just knocking on the door here.
Well, and again, if you're the Red Knights, you have to really be watching the quarterback as well here. So he may hand off, but if he fakes that handoff, he has that opportunity to run when you have Dieter's speed. And so it really makes it tough for the defense here. And Spartans looking good here on this possession as Mueller gets the ball, but we'll have stoppage and a timeout. Was called right before the snap.
And it looked like the Knights took that timeout.
Spartans
took that timeout.
Yeah.
So they didn't like something they saw there. And the other thing about Dieter, he's fast. He also has great vision. He really sees when the field has opened up for him and knows when to take off.
Again, next game for the Red Knights will be October 16th at De La Salle. And then come home for the next home game against Chanhassen on October 23rd.
I imagine those games against De La Salle and Holy Angels are some fun ones.
Oh, they are. And, Holy Angels last year, really, really good football game between the two teams.
So here we go, 2:58 left in the third quarter, 14-7 in favor of the Spartans, and they're knocking on the door. Not quite in the red zone, but almost there. Second down.
And the give is Mueller.
It's Mueller again. They're just going to keep giving it to him, and he's going to keep just picking up those two to 4 yards, really, and that's all it takes.
Yeah, and at this point of the game right now, even though there's still 2:52 just left in the third quarter, so we have a whole fourth quarter, it's important for the Spartans to just establish ball control here and take time off the clock and see if they can punch in a score and go up by two touchdowns. So.
And furthermore, just even protect the ball. You don't want to give up an interception here, a pick six. So if you can keep moving it slowly and methodically and protect the ball, you can control the game.
Well, there's a roll by Dieters. He's going to throw it in the corner, and that's out of bounds.
And of course, then they go and do about the opposite of what I was just saying. But it's a good mix.
Right, and again, it's an opportunity you've been running the ball. Let's take a shot at the end zone, and really no opportunity that time as they ran out of real estate. Noah Arneson was the intended receiver.
Yeah, and Dieters is maybe even just throwing that ball away it's just not there. The coverage was good, and you don't want to make any mistakes. So 2nd and 10, 2:45 in the third quarter.
I predict a run here. See if Mueller gets the football.
I dare say you may be correct.
Oh, and I'm wrong
look at
again.
that.
But they're going to do that screen pass to Mueller. He gets it on the 10-5. Mueller dives for the end zone. It depends where his knee hit. I think his knee hit early.
I think he's short.
Yep.
Yeah, he just got tripped up. I'm not quite sure who made that trip, but that may have saved the touchdown right there.
So again, they run the screen pass right over the defense, and nice job by Mueller.
And that looked like Lisha who tripped him up, maybe.
Hand off, and Mueller for the touchdown.
Looks like he's in.
Mueller with his third touchdown of the game. And that quiets the crowd here on the sidelines.
Absolutely, that'll do it. Touchdowns will quiet down the home crowd, to be sure.
And we know there's still plenty of time left,
Plenty of
2:22 to go, and but a big touchdown in this game as the Spartans made a nice defensive stop on the Red Knights. came back down and were able to capitalize with the score.
Here's the score.
Tallman with the extra point.
21, Houston Red Knights 7.
So 2:22 left to go in the third quarter. The Red Knights down 21-7 now. And again, this is a situation where what you don't want to do is hang your head low. Plenty of game left. You're playing well. Just put together a nice drive again.
And that's the thing, Paul. They don't need to just go into passing formation every play here. You want to mix it up. You've got plenty of time. You can get a score either at the end of this quarter or early in the next quarter, make it a 7-point game. There's still plenty of time left. Anything can happen.
Calling on the kick for the Spartans. 22.
This is a Red Knight team we know doesn't quit. We saw what happened at the end of the first half. And,
Absolutely.
And again, ticked in the same spot as the last one. Zachman looking to see if he can break one, but gets out to the 30. Nice return, nevertheless.
Yep, very nice return. And again, it was another one of those low, hard kicks. And you know, that is a situation where when you do that, you give the runner plenty of time to pick up some steam, get a few yards before he can even be touched. And the Knights are taking advantage of that well. And now they just need to pick up the ball on offense and get that ball moving.
Right, they can use a big play. They haven't had, aside from the Hail Mary, they really haven't had the big plays. The two big plays they had was a nice run by Perry, where he was able to make that run, get out of bounds, or Petty, and then the Hail Mary. They have had some nice passes to Woodford. They'd like to get him more involved in the game as Leishaw rolls. Leishaw keeps it and has some room to get outside.
Yeah, and it looked like a designed keeper there. Trying to give them a dose of their own medicine a little bit.
Yeah, you saw a good block by Petty that time, and then a good tackle by Ryan Rudd.
I would have liked to have seen Leishaw just kind of burst there, and he hesitated a little bit, and he might have been able to turn that corner if he had just gone for it. But he was also looking to maybe pull back inside and see if there was something there.
Hard count. Leishaw rolling. And there you see the size of the defender.
He's trying to throw over 6 feet 8 inches there, so that's a difficult pass for anybody to make with that kind of size coming at you. I mean, just watch the size difference as he rolls out here. You're going to see number 89. That's a big kid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's Andrew Mandel. And you know, Mandel is not only has a big size, but he did a great job to pull off of the blocker and to get outside. So.
But considering where the block was made and where he was, he's probably the only person on the field that could have blocked that pass.
Correct. Leishaw has time to throw. He's looking, he's rolling. Now he lets it go, and there's a hold, but actually the player had the jersey, and the referee from behind did not see that. But Charlie Hansen trying to get that football, and let's take a look at this one again.
Yeah, this is an unfortunate no call because it definitely impeded him from getting to that ball that I think was thrown in the right spot.
Well, it's hard to see from that angle, and
we had pretty good eyes on it though, right here.
we did, but from that angle, and that's probably the angle that the referee was looking. Here's one more look again,
and you can only call what you see.
Let's see if we can see it from this angle here. Yeah, well, you see, the jersey. There's a little push on the other end too by Charlie. So maybe the referee said it's a good no call. Oh, fumble.
Got a muffed snap, I think.
I don't know if that was a muffed snap or if that was intended to be snapped to one of the players.
And And he dropped it. Yeah, I missed it. I couldn't quite, the angle for me was not.
That might have been a fake punt that went awry. Let's see. Watch number 2 here.
Orono takes over the ball on downs.
Oh, he hit Lisha right in the shoulder.
So there was either some miscommunication there or a snap that went awry.
Well, they send
It's a big
player
break
in
for the
motion.
Spartans.
Mueller again, and Mueller is dragged out of bounds.
Mueller with the carry.
Another nice run by Mueller. Big break for the Spartans there with that muffed play. And now they're deep in Spartan territory, up 21-7, 1:40 to go in the third quarter. Still a lot of football left to play. We know the Knights don't have quit in their vocabulary, but you really want to stop them here and not be down by 3 touchdowns.
Second and 1 for the 18.
Looks like we got another man down.
Or we have a water break. I'm trying to see who. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a cramp. That looks like they're trying to get a cramp out on the player.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah, it's from our angle. You know, again, there are not players that are sitting on the bench, so they're standing up.
Yeah.
And we could not see from this angle that there was a player down on the field, but it is 19, which is Graham Beltran. That's the second time that he's gone out. So I think he's cramping up, and you can see them working, trying to stretch out that. That's so painful, and again, you know, these players when they're it was a little bit warmer here to start the game, and still for the players, it is temperature-wise, it is a warmer day when you're in all the pads and everything. So.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely. But it all impacts, you know, how our body works, and he's definitely having some issues there. Let's just hope it's not a hamstring. Those can really bog you down. But he's up and walking a little gingerly, but.
Yeah, good to see that he's, and I think we'll see him back in the game. He's a big part of their offense and defense. But when you have an injury like that, you got to go all the way across the field. It looks painful. Never happens right along your sideline.
No. Yeah, and that's another big kid. I was just watching him walk off the field, run off the field. He's 6'6", 220. I don't know why I know this, but those were Dave Winfield's numbers when he was playing ball. So that's a big kid.
Right. So Dieters, he's going to take it himself as he fakes the handoff. Dieters comes to the near side and just works his way for. They're just doing 5 or 6 yards at a time here, and it's been working very well for the Spartans.
And one of the things he does so well, you know, with his quickness is watch how he turns the corner. It just gets by guys, you know, and it's so hard to stop.
He's able to get the first down on that, and now it's going to be first down and goal to go from the 8-yard line.
1:34 to go in the third quarter.
Mueller will line up in the backfield. This is sort of the read option where the quarterback looks, he's going to hand off, and
Mueller with the run.
Mueller with a nice little run, getting closer and closer to that goal line.
Yep.
Second and goal from the 4 for the Spartans.
So they mark it at the 4 as the Spartans look to see if they can go up by 3 scores here.
It would be a big momentum boost for the Knights to somehow pull off a stop here with 58 to go in the third quarter.
There's the pitch. Mueller trying to get to the corner.
Nice.
And a nice tackle.
Really nice tackle. It looked like Mueller was going to maybe be able to turn the corner there and pop it in, but a really good tackle at the ankles.
Watch Johnny Woodford.
3rd and goal from 4.
That's a great play by Woodford.
Yep, that's a great tackle. Part of that too is also getting the angle right. It's really easy to do those and kind of jump in there and just miss because he didn't quite get the angle, but he lined everything up perfectly for a great play, and now we're looking at 3rd and 4.
See if Dieters tries to scramble here a little bit. And they're just going to go straight up the middle, and a good job by the defense.
Mueller with the run, number 16, Ryan Seaver in.
And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter.
Like Seaver and Gordon in on the tackle, and
3rd quarter.
it's now decision time for the Spartans here.
7.
As we wait for the 4th quarter to start, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the 4th quarter here on ParkTV 16.
Sometimes there's no do-over. Some things you can't rewind. That's when an extra safety step could mean the difference between a close call and a call to 911. Simple steps save lives. Learn more at poolsafely.gov.
Bruce Overlong with Paul Modwin as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. 21-7 our score, 12 minutes remaining here in regulation, and there's a big play in the game right now for see if they're looks like they're going to go for the field goal. Fratellone is on, and
4th and 5 for the 5-yard line.
be a 21-yard field goal.
Number 2, Coleman to attempt the field
Dieters with the hold. The snap, the kick is up, and it is good.
goal. And it is good.
I'll be honest, Bruce, I'm a little surprised. I thought they'd go for it there with the ball on the 4-yard line or 5-yard line, and the way Mueller's running, the way Dieter's running, and also just with the way the Knights have struggled a little bit here on offense in the late into the 3rd quarter, I guess I should say. I thought maybe they'd go for it and say, well, even if we don't get it, we've got them pinned.
Well, there's two ways to look at it, Paul. Is you have a sophomore kicker kicking for your team, and first game, maybe you want to say, okay, maybe we want to try and get the touchdown, but we also want to test our kicker.
That's true.
And give him an opportunity on a field goal attempt, and Fratellone did a great job. He's got a good leg. You can tell by his kickoffs that he's got a very, very strong leg, and again, only a sophomore, so they got a good kicker in that number 2.
And you got to take what you can get in these games. And if you're the Red Knights, you're maybe feeling pretty good here that you got that stop on a team that's been running the ball so well. Yes, they got a field goal, but you're not down 28-7. You're down 24-7. Plenty of time left here at the beginning of the 4th quarter.
But that 17 number, makes it more than a 2-touchdown game. If you make the 2-point conversions both times, you get 16 points.
Yep.
Now they're up by 3 scores, and that's a big number to overcome if you're the Red Knights.
So let's see what they can put together here in the 4th quarter. There is plenty of time.
Yeah, again, there's no preseason, so even being down, you want to really be able to try different plays and see what works for you. There's a fumble, but a great pickup. Looked like Ferdine was able to pick that ball up.
Yep, that was Ferdine, and that was a great pickup. He was right there, and that could have been disastrous, but here they are at about the 20-yard line, and it's time to put together a nice drive. And this actually may be one of those situations, like you said earlier, where you do want a couple of big plays. Let's just get down and get some points on the board again as quickly as we can. Don't have to rush it, but let's find some big spots.
Well, I think they'd like to also find a way to get Johnny Woodford some catches again, too. He was instrumental early on in the first half, but it's been very quiet late, nothing in the second half. And then That was a tough snap.
Yeah.
And they were able to still make something out of it. Petty with the run and was able to get about 5.
Yeah, that snap came in hot, but.
Right. Actually, Leishaw did a good job to be able to not only catch that ball, but put it in a good spot for Petty to be able to run the football.
Yep.
So 6 yards on the play. Leishaw rolls to the near side and throws, and it's intercepted. That pass was intercepted by, and running towards the end zone and getting the touchdown was number 26, and that's Roman Lacursi.
Wow. And Leishaw also took a huge hit on that return. Looks like he got back up just fine. It's an ill-advised throw, but at the same time, Leishaw was just trying to make something happen, and it just didn't go well. And again, this is one of those, you're turning your body around, trying to throw. I couldn't tell you, maybe if Mandel might have gotten a finger on that. I couldn't quite tell.
And again, when you have that tall player like Mandel coming in, it sort of takes your vision away a little bit, and that may have had something to do with it.
So that's a big blow to the Knights, now down 30-7. Make that 31 with 11 minutes left.
Yeah, this is really uncharted territory for the Benilde St. Margaret's team that that usually is on the other end of these kind of games. So again, it's just going to be that may have been tipped there.
Yep, it was tipped.
Yep.
And and that's just, again, the function of Mandel's size. It's barely tipping it on his fingers. That is going over anybody else, and maybe that pass is complete.
Well, I think if you watch this game and you're and anyone's doing scouting, you're going to start going to the basketball team to start trying to get players playing on your team on defense. That's again, he's not only just with his height, but he's able to run very well and very athletic for his size, and he's been a big part of this football game on defense.
Absolutely, long and athletic, as they say, and he really can move.
So if you're the Red Knights now, you got to keep your head up and try and look for some positives. It's the first game of the season. You want to still be able to just work on some things. This is almost now you look at it as like a preseason game. What can we start doing better and start getting our offense clicking? And I think the Red Knights will make that happen here with 11 minutes to go. Dean with a nice return.
Very nice return.
Out to about the 35. So.
And for the record, Mandel does play basketball. So he's charging in there, and it's the old just get a hand in the face, right, and see what can happen.
First and 10 from 35 for the Red Knights.
So 24-point lead right now for the Spartans as the Red Knights with the football. Leishaw back to pass. And again, there's that player, number 81.
Yep. And again, with that pass rush there coming in, Leishaw just didn't have much of anything that he could do other than throw it away.
And so you have Chappell at 6'6", and you have Andrew Mandel at 6'8". So when you look on that play too, that Chappell got in and had his arms up high. So, Leishaw's 6'2", so he's got good size, but when you have a 6'8" and a 6'6" with their hands up in there. Here's a quick pass to Charlie Hansen, trying to see if he can make anything happen in open field, but a nice defensive play by number 14, that's Nick Hartman.
Well, the other thing with, Leishaw having some good size at 6'2", he's not used to dealing with with size being, he's used to being able to see the field real well and see over people probably, but he's really got his hands full with quite a tall line, a tall pass rush, and a fast pass rush coming at them all game.
And a lot of credit goes to this coaching staff of Orono. They really had their team ready. Joe McPherson is to be very happy the way his team has played. Ooh. And a tough tackle that time as Zachman was pulled down.
And that was some heads up by Leishaw Watcher. He was about to get drilled. He knew it. He got rid of the ball when he had to.
I was wondering if the Red Knights would just go for it here, but they're going to punt the football away.
Yeah, I don't think you want to go for it right here with, you know, being in your own territory. Of course, it would be an interesting spot to try a fake.
Well, they had a bad snap on the one earlier. See which way this ball turns, and pretty neutral bounce that time. It's down at the 34-yard line. And you know, the Red Knights' time of possession has really been in favor of the Spartans, so the Red Knights' defense has got to be tiring.
Yeah, you can sort of see a little bit of the fatigue on the Red Knights defense out there. But again, they don't have quit in their vocabulary. They're going to go out here and play hard, and I would expect this defense is going to do what they can to try to make as big of a play as possible. The only problem being, probably what you're going to see from the Spartans is a lot of handoffs to Mueller, who's been running the ball very, very well today.
So once again, Dieter with Mueller in the backfield.
9:23 left in the game.
Wilfred, the fullback, to block. They send a player in motion, and there's a flip. And that's to Noah Arneson. So trying to get Arneson involved from the wide receiver spot as he comes across. And a flip, that could have actually been maybe considered a pass, because it's almost like a shovel pass. It was thrown forward.
And I think a little bit gutsy in this situation. I mean, a lot can go wrong with those, and in that situation, what could go wrong there could end up in 6 points the other way. When you're really in a position where you can just protect the ball.
Well, they are too, and maybe an opportunity too to try some plays in their playbook to give some players an opportunity when they are in a tight game to run some of those plays.
Mueller with the run, Marinaro with the tackle tonight.
Mueller's had a big game. He's got 3 touchdowns in the game.
3rd and 3 from the 42 for the Spartans.
Nice tackle there by Marinaro, though, to stop a solid runner. His pursuit was strong and kept him from getting the first down. This would be a nice place to stop them. I think the defense would like to get the offense back on the field right now.
Right, 3rd down 3. Spartans have been very successful in these 3rd down situations. Just taking time off of the clock right now. Letting the clock run down is Dieters. And they hand off. And a first down and more. That's Mueller, and Mueller gets down to the 41-yard line.
Mueller with the run.
And it looks to me there, Bruce, like, and again, some great blocking. The holes were there. Mueller knows how to hit them, and a nice run.
Right, again, just following his blockers over off the left side of the line. And this is typically when you have a good running back and a good offensive line, this is where the defense starts getting run down as the game approaches midway through the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and it really would have been the place to stop them. The place they're in now, that's a big first down with only 7:20 left in the game. That's a point at which you can really start chewing up clock.
This time again, they give it to Noah Arneson coming around from the wide receiver spot.
And the tackle, Seaver and Marinaro for the Red Knights.
Yeah, so they're really getting Arneson into the mix here now too, as the clock winds down to 6:40.
Right now, so Dieters, as we mentioned, can run the football. We may see like a fake play action where he can roll and run the football, but at the same time, if you're the Orono coaching staff, you don't want anything to happen to your quarterback. So I think you probably just see a run here, and that's number 27, Oliver Stevenson, getting his first carry.
And these are the opportunities, you know, for Orono to get some of those younger guys in there, those guys who don't see the ball a lot, and see what they can do. As the clock now ticks down to 6:15, they're just doing a great job of eating up clock right now.
Stevenson, a sophomore. So 6 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter, and the give again to Stevenson, and fumble.
Oh.
I thought maybe we had a fumble, but
looks like if it was, they hung on to it.
Yeah, I heard the crowd cheering, and it was hard to see, but called that one inadvertently. So I've had many of those in my 42 years.
Hey, I've had many today. And it looks like Dieters may be out of the game.
Yes, we have a number 21, and there's a hand up. But yeah, the quarterback now is number 21, Eli McCown.
And it really is the right thing to do in this situation. Up 31-7, 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game. Get those kids in again that don't see a lot of playing time. Not trying to run up the score or anything, just trying to play some football and give some kids some playing time.
So the Red Knights, 3rd and 8, would love to get a stop here and see if they can give their offense the ball back. We're down to 4 minutes, 35 seconds to go here. And
yeah, the Knights, you know, great pursuit there. The Knights really would like to get the ball back, to just do something, you know, even though it won't probably really matter. They haven't scored since the end of the first half, and you just like to get something going.
Just a really good play by number 21, Fondren.
4 minutes to go.
Spartans will just let the clock run down as much as possible. I think, see if they, I don't think they'll punt. I think they'll just try and run the football here.
Yeah.
The ball at the 31-yard line. Maybe give their quarterback an opportunity to throw the ball. Once again, Eli McCown, the quarterback.
And they do look poised to throw.
Well, we have a penalty. So they ran a lot of time off the clock, and just too much as they get a delay of game penalty. They move it back to the 36-yard line.
So 3:20 to go in the game.
This may be a situation too, you know, and a lot of times you'd punt the football, but you've got a quarterback that may be called upon sometime here this season, so maybe you want him in this situation to try and throw the football.
Absolutely, that's I think definitely what you want to do here is let's see how the kid does.
Trips to the near side. And McCown, he rolls, he's got some pressure, throws. Incomplete as the pass was intended that time for Connor Mahoney. Would not have been enough for the first down, and the Red Knights will take over on downs here.
But a good throw, a little high, but you know, it's the first pass of the season. And you know, it's a decent throw. So we're down to 3:18. Red Knights take over on downs.
See if the Red Knights bring in another quarterback here. I think number 11, Runman is in the game. So Jake Runman, 6'3" junior, now in the game for the Red Knights. Fumbles.
And falls on it.
Yeah, so just missing the handoff that time.
Oh, and the
Looked like the
snap was
timing.
a little off.
Oh, that's, yep.
A little off to his right, and those are hard to scoop up. And I hate to say it, but the Red Knights have had some issues with snaps tonight. They've had some high ones off to the right.
We saw the one on the punt too.
Yep.
There's another.
And there's another one, yeah.
Mistake, and this one goes to the Spartans. You know, that one, again, that snap went almost to the running back that time for Dean. So hard to really put the blame on the quarterback unless he's not standing in the right position to where the snap is.
Right, which that's, I think, unlikely. And again, you know, the shotgun snap, the long snap, all of those are harder than they look. They're very technical. They take a lot of repetition to get down. And again, when you're talking about kind of a truncated season, I think that's stuff that the Red Knights will clean up. It's the first game. And
they've got a tough opponent. I mean, this is really, when you look at the way Orono has played in this game, they've, you know, they're a strong team. And I think, you know, one of the better Orono teams I've seen in a while. And credit to them and the way they played this football game.
Absolutely. And they, you know, they really have come out this second half and just stifled the Red Knight offense. I think with a lot of heavy pass rush and all that height they have.
Handoff. Another big opener that time for number 27, Oliver Stevens.
2:30 left to play.
Tackling by number 1, Wolf.
Wolf and Severson in on the tackle for the Red Knights. So again, we 14-7 at halftime, and Benilde held scoreless here in the second half. 17 points for Orono here in the second half.
Yep. And inside of 2 minutes to play now, Orono has really controlled this second half and played some solid football.
And again, you know, the Red Knights, when you look at time of possession, they just haven't really had the time of possession. They haven't sustained a lot of long drives, and you know, they got the big touchdown at the end of the half.
Yep.
We're hoping that would give them that momentum that they needed in the second half. But again, just a very strong Orono football team has played very well. They've come to play in this game.
They sure have, and they didn't let the momentum at the end of the first half kind of pull them down. You know, they came out strong with a 3-and-out right at the beginning of the second half, and he just played very good football.
This is, you know, the Red
1 minute
Knights.
to go.
Red Knights are a very well-coached football team, and you know that the coaching staff is going to make some adjustments, and Red Knights will be very competitive as the season goes on. Just the first game.
It's the first game around the time when it should be about the last game.
Right. And it's going to be get pretty cold for you and I if we continue to announce these games from outside.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to think about this. 35 seconds left to play in this game. Regardless of a disappointing night for the Red Knights, it's been a beautiful night for football, and I am willing to bet that everybody is just glad to be here tonight after what's been a very difficult year.
Right, we want to, you know, again, yeah, it is, you know, this is something that we didn't know would happen. And, you know, again, if the football season happened in the spring, there's a good opportunity that a lot of players would not have had their opportunity to play other sports. And you would have had maybe a different type of team out there in the spring. So, again, great that they've had an opportunity to play. We hope the virus does not take over for any of the high school teams and that they're able to continue to play throughout the regular season. So.
Yep, and we all just need to be diligent and be safe and keep our distancing, wear your masks, so that we can do all of these things. We can continue to play football among all the other very important things out in the world. We all got to be safe.
So the lone touchdown for the Red Knights was Charlie Hansen, 35-yard Hail Mary pass from Leishau. That was the lone touchdown for the Red Knights. For Orono, they got 3 touchdowns from Mueller, one a 13-yard run, one on a 40-yard screen pass play, and then a 1-yard run. Also, Fratellone with a 21-yard field goal, and the Kersey a 30-yard interception return. So
there you go, and you see the players doing their socially distanced handshaking, stepping out to the hash marks and giving everybody a wave.
There's a lot of new normals out, you know, in this day of age, and again, you know, getting used to the new normals. In fact, we were at one point up to over 300 people watching the game tonight, so that number's probably down quite a bit right now at the end of the game. But if you did join in, we really want to thank you. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage of the game. We hope to do more as the season goes on. So.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me along again, Bruce. I hope to do it again soon.
So again, thanks again for joining us. On behalf of Paul Bodwin, I'm Bruce Holborn. Final score 31-7 in favor of the Spartans.